Good morning.
What's up? What's up?
Hi. Did I just take you on a wild ride?
Yeah.
I was like, it was like, this is recording. So the very beginning of the video is gonna be like, but that's fine. How you been?
I'm good. I'm just waking up because I had a half a day today because I had 24-hour duty yesterday.
Oh man, but what a good thing to wake up to. I'm excited to wake up with you.
It's 2:57 in the afternoon. I got off work at like 11:30.
Yeah, you deserve some sleep then.
Hey man, that background, man, I'd be like, I miss the academy so much.
I'm telling you though, you're still here for real. Like I literally was in the bathroom the other day. And I told Caesar, I was like, if I didn't know any better, I would have sworn I just heard James laugh and then say like, good morning or what's up.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so cool. It cracks me up.
Is Caesar doing privates on Zoom? Because I still got some privates. I wonder if I can go and see some privates.
I would think so. I don't think anybody's asked.
Right.
I think he'd be open to that. They're heading to a competition today.
Oh wow.
Tomorrow. The tap cancer out. I always say it backwards, but tap cancer.
So Josh is going?
Yes. Yeah, Josh is there. We have a few people competing. Sebastian's competing.
Oh wow, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, my bad. I know you seen me. I've registered twice because I was like, oh man, I put the wrong email.
That's okay. That's okay. You can register as many times as you want with free classes. It's open. And I have no idea. I only had one other person register, so we'll see. And then because we have about 2 more minutes, so I'll wait to see if she pops on. And then I'm gonna also go live on Instagram, so I'll just have to start that. But otherwise, you know the drill. You'll need just a mat. This practice is gonna be primarily focused on like doing what we can with what we have.
Yeah, so I got my mat and stuff right here.
Yeah, I'm like, you really just need the floor. So if anyone is watching this class later, watching the recorded class, all you need for this class is a mat.
I got you.
Perfect setup. Let me see if I can put this, maybe active speaker. There we go.
I had to go buy a second block after taking classes with you.
I love it. I love it. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute you.
Okay.
There we are. All righty. And then going to, there we go. All right, so if anyone is joining this class, actually let me go live on Instagram too so you can see. Checking connection. So it's gonna be really fun. I've actually, I think I've gone live on Instagram like once in my whole life. So I'm going live again. And I usually consider myself pretty tech savvy. So I think it's funny. I know how to do it, but I don't always do it. So good morning, welcome. We have people here all the way from Italy. So I'm really excited. We're all the way stationed in Italy. So I'm really excited for this class. And if you don't know what you've popped in for, what we're doing this morning is a yoga class that will be primarily focused on doing what you can with what you have. So before I went live on Instagram, James and I were talking on Zoom, and I was talking about what you might need for this class. And I said a mat, but really you don't even need a mat. You can come to lay on the floor. It's a little more challenging in bed. For this practice, we will move a little bit. You might sweat. If you've never practiced yoga before, please be mindful. Consult your doctor for permission in doing an activity. But otherwise, if you have a practice, you're just ready to begin, then crawl out with us. So if you're in bed, crawl out of bed. I always say take those like big weird stretches that everybody takes in the morning, make some dinosaur sounds, and then meet me on the ground. We're going to begin in child's pose. I just realized Instagram, you might get a lot of my bums, so you're welcome. But bring your big toes together, separate your knees. rock your hips back towards your heels, and then walk yourself out. And as I say this, I'm like, I can just turn around and move back. How about this? Instagram, you tell me if you need me to turn around, all right? Otherwise, we'll start here. So in child's pose, I want you to bring your head to rest, either on the floor or on your hands. You can bring your hands together, making two fists. Place one palm on top of the other, bring your forehead to rest. Or if you have a prop like a block or a book, then bring your head right there. All right, Instagram, I'm not waiting for you. I'm gonna turn around. I wanna see you. And same with you. So I have this going live on Instagram and on Zoom. And then I'll also post it to my YouTube channel. Because I want to give you something for you to keep, for you to have access to. And so you will have access to this class later, but in this moment, what I want to give you is just access to your breath. So come into your breath, take a deep breath in, and a big empty exhale out. And I want you to do that 2 more times with us. So deep, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. Let's go 1 more full breath in. A big cleansing breath out. Give me a ha. All right, since I know some of you didn't do it, we're gonna do 1 more. Big, big inhale. For real, make some noise. We're gonna take some child's pose rockers. So from here, I want you to come up at first. Let's come up to hands and knees. You can keep big toes together and knees apart, or separate your toes and walk your knees right underneath your hips. So I want you to find a position that's gonna work best for you and work best for your body. And then we're just gonna rock forward and back. Now, if you didn't know, yoga, the word yoga literally just means connection. So if you can think about that in relationship to your body, your breath, and your movement, then yoga's pretty simple, right? We can super simplify it. It's connection. So here, I want you to keep that connection to breath that we just established. Inhale, come up, exhale back. And maybe you just soften your breath. Your breath doesn't have to be perfect with your lifts and backs. But what we want to find and establish is just connection to the breath. And then as you're here, I want you to build on that connection. Spread out your fingers. Pull through every fingertip. And then stretch out the bones of your feet. Just a couple more rounds. 3, 2. And then 1, we're going to land in child's pose again. So come right back to child's pose, nice and easy. I know some of you are like, I'm already hot. Well, good, welcome. Love it. Breath in, breath out. 2 more, inhale. Let it out. Last one, you know the drill, make some noise, breathe it in. I'm gonna come right back up to hands and knees. Put your wrists right underneath your shoulders. And then do your best to put your knees right underneath your hips. So you're stacking your bones, being really intentional here. We're gonna do a bit of thoracic flossing. So I want you to take your right arm and just weave it under your left, and you don't have to go very far. So I want you to just go nice and simple. You don't even have to touch the ground, and then come right back to center. And then we're gonna switch left arm under right. You don't even have to touch the ground, and then right back to center. And now, I want you to flow from side to side, just flossing and opening up your mid-back. And then as you build on this, you can increase your speed, you can increase your depth. If you build on it and it's too much, then decrease. Finding a little play, a little fluidity. And you build that from your connection, from your yoga. So take a couple more rounds side to side. Be present to your feet. And then we're gonna land on one side. Doesn't matter which one, we'll do both, I promise. So land on one side, reaching your opposite arm to the opposite side. I want you to tent the fingertips of the hand that's more lifted. So the arm that has the elbow lifted, the arm that's going forward. I want you to tent your fingertips and draw your elbow up and then pull your shoulder back. Let your head rest on the floor. If the floor is too far away, grab a block or a blanket. Now, I want you to stay here if this feels okay. If it feels okay and you don't want any more, stay here. If you're still hungry, you want a little bit more, then I want you to walk one of your legs. I like to play with, I think I do my same leg as my forward arm. So right now I have my left arm reaching to the right, and I'm taking my right leg back. And then if you're opposite, if you have right arm reaching to the left, you'll take left leg back. I'm just opening up. You can find a little fluidity here, a bit of movement. Deep breath in, big breath out. You're gonna slowly start to unwind. Pull your knee back in, press down, lift up to tall arms. Move into a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, tilt your tailbone, melt through your belly. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, pull your belly to the side. Few more rounds. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. 2 more. Find access here to the tops of your feet. So stretch out every single toe and then press through every single toe. So you're starting to just deepen this connection. Your hands and your feet. The last one here, full breath in. Nice deep sigh out. Now bring yourself back to a neutral spine. We're gonna move right back into that flossing again, just slow and steady. Catching a rhythm with your breath. And then as you feel complete, side to side, you're gonna land in your opposite side. So for me, I'm gonna go right arm reaches to my left. That has me tenting my left fingertip. So if you're opposite, if your left arm is reaching to the right, then I want you to tent your right fingertips. I had to think about that one for a second. And then whichever arm is tented, you're gonna lift your elbow up, plug your shoulder in, so you're creating just a bit more space in the back body. Breathe right in between your shoulder blades right now. Let me hear you. All the way through the virtual matrix. All right, and then take your leg back. So the arm that's tented, same leg goes back. Open up a little bit more. And then we unwind. Pull your knee back in, come up to tall arms. Let's go 3 to 5 rounds of cat-cow. And I want to invite you to add on where you want it. So one of my favorite things to do these days is to flip my wrists. So I like to turn my wrists. You can rotate your fingertips to the side. If you have the access and the availability in your body, you can rotate your fingertips to your knees, your thighs. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the practice, yoga is really about connection. So give yourself this opportunity, not just to like get connected, but to seek them out. Where can you, right? Where can you dive a little deeper in your body? And think about it like turning the light on, shining the light. All right, so we're gonna finish these out. If you flip your wrists, unflip. Let's take our first down dog. Curl your toes, lift your bum. Curl your toes, lift your bum, and then take your dog for a walk. I don't own a dog, but I know dogs like to be walked. And I know people like to be walked too, and we're not very good at taking ourselves for walks. Or maybe unless we're James and we live in Italy. I imagine James does more walking than I do these days. I have to ask. So we're gonna soften our knees. And I want you to See if from that softening in your knees, if you can take your bum back any amount more. So not straightening from the knees, but softening through the knees. And then taking your hip bones up and back, find a little more length in your spine. Give yourself a breath in and a nice deep breath out. And then make your way to the top of your mat. So I want you to land in a forward fold. Take your feet about hip width distance apart. It's the beginning of class and I'm already losing my clothing. That's how I know I'm in the South. It's so warm down here already. It's nice. All right, separate your feet hip width distance apart and then keep that fluidity in your knees. I always talk about knees almost like they're pipes. I want you to think about bending your knees and softening your knees as opening up and unclogging your pipes. And some of you are like, yeah, but my knees don't feel clogged. And that might be true, but it may be your low back. So I want you to start softening your knees and then feel where the unclogging starts to happen. If you're able to, catch opposite hand to opposite elbow. Sway a little side to side. If opposite hand to opposite elbow isn't available, seek what's available. Hands to the earth. Hands to shins or knees or thighs. You can come up. As you fold over, ground deeply into your feet. I want you to stretch out the bones of your feet. So James has been a long-time student with me. He's a good friend of mine, and so I know he already knows this. But what you might not have heard me say before, I always talk about the feet as like caveman feet. We want to go back to like Neanderthal feet, like big and wide and muscular, muscular and strong and steady. And so what I want you to find in your feet is some open space and some grounding. And the way I want you to find that is stretch out the bones of your feet and then start pressing into the knife edge of your feet. So the blade edge down, think about pulling your inner ankles up and feel how that kind of trickles up the spine, up your legs. I know you're still folded over. Remind yourself you can breathe. In tough moments, you can breathe. Take a breath in and a big breath out. You can go ahead and release your arms. We're going to rise up for mountain pose. Keep that action in your legs, softness in your knees. Stand tall. Feel yourself out. Reach up. As you exhale, bring hands to heart center. With your hands at heart center, I want you to bow your head towards yourself for a moment. And in this moment, before we really get moving and dive a little deeper, I want you just to give thanks. You don't have to know what for. That's the beauty in it. You can just give thanks. So in this moment, together, globally, we give thanks. Take a deep breath in. Empty yourself out. All right, now let's honor that giving, honor that gratitude. Let's move our holy vessels. So here we go. Reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. We're gonna take it slow and steady today. I want you to take a halfway lift. Activate your feet again. Blade edge down, inner ankle bones up, and then walk it back. So I want you to walk it back to a high plank, and then immediately put your knees down. So hands come down, knees come down. We're gonna inhale into cow pose, and then exhale, curl your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. If down dog ever becomes too much, simply put your knees down. Do what you can. Remind yourself that's what this is about. It's not about checking the box. It's not about doing everything. It's about recognizing you can only do so much, and that's enough. Do what you can right here. Breathe in. Deep breath out. Look forward. Bring feet to hands. Lift yourself halfway up. Unfold. Stand tall, mountain pose. From your roots, grow tall. Fold forward. Halfway lift, same thing. Walk it back, high plank. Nice and easy, lower your knees. Inhale up to cow. Exhale, curl your toes, press back, down dog. Catching your flow, full breath in. Full breath out. Feet to hands. Lift yourself halfway up, give thanks. And then fold. Stand up, mountain pose. Last one like this. So milk it, forward fold, enjoy it. Halfway lift, bring some love. High plank, knees down. Inhale into your cow. Beautiful, beautiful. Open your heart. Keep it open as you press back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big cleansing breath out. One more. Fill up your lungs. Let some noise out. Don't keep the noise trapped inside you. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. And fold. Rise up, Tadasana. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands down to our hips for a moment. We're going to create chair pose, Katasana. But I want you to do it a little different today. So we're going to take feet hip width distance apart. Hands are on our hips just because I needed somewhere to put them. So hands are on our hips, feet are hip width distance apart. We're going to take a few squats. So as you inhale, you can keep hands on your hips this whole time, or you can draw your arms up. I like to go to shoulder level and then come right back up. So following the breath, inhale, pull yourself down towards the earth. Exhale, think about blooming and rooting up. Inhale, think about caveman feet, cave woman feet, cave person feet, and then big up, 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 up. Good, few more. There we go. So as you're sitting back, what I want you to start getting present to is just the back side of your body. So if you can imagine, keep going. If you can imagine the back side of your body starting at the bottoms of your feet and then working its way up the chain, what I want you to think about here as you're moving through these squats is pulling and pressing yourself up and down from the earth. And if you can imagine your feet like the roots of a tree. So as you think about spreading out your bones, the bones of your feet, then I want you to also think about the bones of your feet piercing the earth and then growing roots through the earth, through the floor of the building where you might be and through the subfloor, right down into the real earth, down into the sublayers. So you're strong and fully grounded. And if you don't feel that yet, that's why I just keep coming up. That's why we're still doing this. Those of you are wondering, has she lost her mind? Why are we not pausing? Good, last one. And then we're gonna hold. So I want you to sit down just right into your squat. Arms can stay at your shoulder level or hands to hips, yogi's choice. And then we're gonna pause and just create our chair pose from here. You can even take your arms up a little higher. Full breath in. Fold on your exhale. Beautiful. Halfway lift. We're gonna take this one a little different. I want you to step your right leg back. Bend your left knee so we're in a lunge. Good. Then from there, we're gonna twist. Right arm stays down, left arm goes up. Nice. Left arm back to the earth. Plank. Feet to the back of the mat. Knees down. Inhale into cow. Exhale, we fold into down dog. Deep breath in. Empty it out. Nice work. Step your right foot forward, right back into that lunge. Lengthen out your upper body and then create some power in your back leg. Now use your back leg to propel yourself forward and fold head to toes. Stand tall into your chair pose again. Big inhale. And then exhale, we fold. We're going to take that to the left. So as you halfway lift, step your left foot back. Left hand stays down, right hand stays up or goes up. We look up, reach up, and then hands to the mat, high plank. Knees down, lift your chest, cow pose. Downward facing dog, big, big, big breath out. Reset your breath, inhale. Exhale. Left foot steps forward, boom. Power up your right leg to push yourself forward and fold at the top of your mat. Nice work. We're doing it again. Bend your knees, drop your bum, arms up, chair pose. Bow forward. Step your right leg back into your lunge. Halfway lift in your upper body. Twist, right hand stays down, left arm can go up. High plank. Knees down, lift into cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg steps forward. You got this. Lean forward with your heart. And then propel yourself forward to fold. Sometimes you really got to do that. Kick your own ass. Stand up, chair pose. Who else is going to do it? Forward fold. Take your halfway lift as you step your left leg back. Left arm stays down, right arm goes up, big twist, gratitude. High plank. Knees down, lift your chest. Cow. Downward facing dog. Full inhale. Full exhale. You got this, left foot forward. Create the power in your right leg. Pull right leg is strong and push forward to fold at the top of the mat. Last round, because I didn't want to do it, we're going to do it again. Chair pose. And then fold. Catch your breath. Here we go. Right leg goes back. Take your twist. Soak it in. High plank. Knees down. Cow. If you want to go full to low plank, up dog and down dog, go for it. I'm still going to call a simpler version. But feel free to add on your own flavoring. Here we go. Right leg steps forward. Find that power from your left foot. Push and fold. Last side. Here we go. Chair pose and fold. Left leg leads. Find your halfway lift. In your lunge, twist. High plank. Knees down. Lift into cow. Beautiful. Let yourself land in down dog. Take a full inhale. A nice deep exhale. Awesome job. I want you to step your, I don't remember how we got here, and that's okay. So let's go left foot forward. I think that's where we were kind of going. Feet together, fold at the top of the mat. And then we'll stand all the way up, mountain pose. Yeah, there we go. And then hands to heart center, pause. Take a breath in. Take a deep breath out. Nice work. So what I want to play with today is a really simple balancing exercise that you can do wherever you find yourself. So where we are going to start is, doesn't matter which side you do, we'll do both. You're going to step one foot right in front of the other. Automatically, that probably creates like a tightrope walking effect, or like some maybe an instability in your ankle, and that's fine. That's what we're seeking out. A lot of yoga is like getting connected and then recognizing like, where are we not connected, right? Where am I unstable? And when we are unstable, there's a lack of connection. So here, if you're like all over the place, then give yourself permission to be like, oh shit, yeah, I have a lot of growth to do. Cool, I can be here. And then you find your roots again, your Neanderthal feet. And spread out. And then from that, you ground into the blade edges of your feet. And as you work up your legs, I want you to squeeze your legs towards one another. And then see if you can pull the pit of your belly in and up. So you're kind of honing in, not just to this connection, but also to the ability from connection, there's growth. From connection, there's growth. And so here, you can stay right here. If this is enough for you, I want you to stay. If you're craving a little bit more, you're willing to get a little bit messy, then we're going to play. I want you to inhale, take your arms up. And then exhale, you're going to take your arms down. And if there's still some of you who want just the babyest bit more, then the last step here is to add in, I'm a dancer, so I would say releve. You're gonna press into the balls of your feet, lift your heels, squeeze your legs together, and then we come right back down. Right, so dancers inhale up to releve. Exhale, we lower. And really all it is, it's about just finding, where we are, those bones of our feet, our structure. Seeking out those places where we can just develop a little more connection. I want you to take like 3 to 5-ish rounds. I say it like that because I don't love counting. I like to just do it by feel. So I don't really want you to get caught up in counting, but I know some of you like that path. So there's a path, and we might stick to it. Nice. Okay, this was like the last one. So go ahead, last one. And then exhale, release it. Now I want you to come to center for a moment. So both feet side by side. This is called Samasthiti. I'm standing at attention pose. My friend Kushbu taught me how to say that word. Thank you, Kush. And I want you just to find yourself here. For me, it's really interesting. But looking at my like profile or my social pages, you might think that like the hardest pose for me is a handstand, or the hardest pose for me is wheel. And like, while those are physically out of reach for me, the actual hardest pose for me is this one. It's the one I have to practice every single day. The one where I get to stand in front of the world and bare my soul. That's the pose, this pose here. This is the one that's challenging. And because it's challenging for me, I recognize it might be challenging for you. So I want to practice it together. So stand here. I know you're tempted to close your eyes. No, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Yes, even you who's resisting me, keep your eyes open. Take a breath in. Take a deep breath out. Good. Now, hopefully you remember what side you just did. Go to the other side. If you get it wrong, don't worry. I've never seen anyone like just lose it because they did the same side twice. So you're in a safe space here. So again, we start at the beginning, right? And that's almost the toughness for us, switching side to side. When you switch side to side, I want you to go right back to base level. Find your feet. And we do that because the sides are different. Our connections are different side to side. Right, now start waking up to those connections. Spread out the bones of your feet. Ground into the blade edge of your feet. Pull up through your inner arches and really start to hone in. Start to hug in through your legs, through your core, your abdomen. Press up through the top of your head. And then add on your arms. So my dance teachers always taught us in terms of finding center, what I want you to imagine is there's a string from belly or even your ground floor, like your pelvic floor, all the way up. So there's a string from center pulling you all the way up, 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 up. And now as you move up and down, I want you to see if you can imagine yourself almost like moving up and down along this string or this path. Anyone else about halfway in thinking you might be doing the same side twice? Me too, it's okay. There we go. Yeah, let yourself play and get messy. Okay, what's the worst that will happen if you do the same side twice? That's not a reason to beat yourself up. There we go. Actually, we'll practice it. I'll show you the only self-beating I allow. So let's do it. Release your hands down. Go ahead and spread your legs a little. I want you to make fists. And I want you to, this is the only beating up of self that I really like to allow, right? And it's allowed because it's good. Sometimes our muscles need a good beating. Yes, get your booty, hold a little lower, get your hamstrings, go to the outer shins, the back of the calves, the front of the shins. And then, okay, make your way all the way back up. Let's reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're gonna finish this on our feet part. We're gonna start winding down. We're gonna finish this out with tree. So again, just like before, I want you to feel empowered to just do whatever side's calling to you. And we'll do both. So connect one of your feet to the opposite leg and keep your toes right at the ground level at a kickstand. Put your toes on a block. You raise yourself up. Right, and then here in this moment of tree, I want you to seek out connection. Where's your breath? It's been a few minutes since I've told you to breathe. Can you remind yourself to breathe on your own? Can you take personal responsibility for your yoga pose, for your growth, and allow yourself right now to put in the tools you've already learned? You've been here for 33 minutes, maybe. You've learned something. So can you put in those tools right now? Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Ground into the roots of your feet, the bones of your feet. And then press just a little bit more, foot into leg and leg into foot. And then if you haven't already, I want you to reach up no matter what. Especially if it's a little scary. Reach up, look up. And now let yourself go. Go right into the opposite side. Bring your other foot to your other leg. Hands can start at heart center. Support yourself in creating connection. Breath. Breath for me is the first step always. And I know when I'm out of sync with breath, I'm out of sync with connection, with life, with myself. So create it. Get in sync with breath. And if some of you are wondering, if you're like, why? Because it's always fucking there with you. That's why. Because in all moments, your breath that's the one that's there. Your breath, your heartbeat, your body, this. So create connection, foot to leg, leg to foot. And then let that connection spread upward. Again, even if you're a little scared, just go for it. Reach up, even if it's a split second. Reach up, look up. And then release it down. Awesome job. So come back up to the top of your mat, and I want to give you a choice here. You can come into Tadasana, mountain pose, or you can sink into one more chair pose. We're going to make our way down to the earth. So this is the last time you're standing with me. Last time today. Take a breath in. Forward fold, breathe it out. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Follow your path to down dog. So the path we've been taking is high plank. Knees down, we lift into up dog. I said up dog, I meant cow. And then down dog. Beautiful, beautiful job. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. All right, so I want you to do something for me here. So from down dog, I want you to lower your knees down to the earth. And then I want you to pick them right back up again into down dog. And then I want you to lower them right back down. And what I want you to play with is noticing, can you lower both knees at the same time? Can you create stability in this simple way, lowering them both down? And then noticing when you can't, right, when we can go down one leg at a time, then can we work in opposition? So we're not doing the same thing all the time. So if you go down right, left, let's try a left, right. There we go. Okay, now go down your hands and knees. I want you to keep your toes tucked. And then I want you to walk your hands back so you're sitting up on your toes. If you need blocks, use blocks almost like a kickstand or walking sticks to help support you, that's fine. What we're gonna play with here is, think about it like unfolding and folding your feet, right? So this is your wrist, very similar to a foot. And what we're doing here is we're unfold, or we're deeply extending the foot, opening the foot, flexing it. And so we're gonna move through flexion and extension, fold and unfold. So right now our feet are folded, and we know because there's a fold where our foot meets the base of our leg, right at our ankle. So now I want you to rock forward and unfold. So come into the tops of your feet and do your best to sit back. I know it might be a lot. And then we come forward again, fold your feet, flex your feet, sink it back, and then forward we unfold or extend our feet and sit back. And then I want you just to do this a few times. Nice and simple, slow and steady. If you can take your hands out of it, go ahead, take your hands out of it. Starting to wind down your body. I don't know about you. My building's kind of hot right now, but I don't know about you. I built like a big sweat, super sweaty, lots of heat, lots of energy moving. So let's start to just kind of wind it down. All right, and then we're gonna come to our bum. So however you need to get there, you can roll over your ankles, come to your bum. We're gonna do a similar pattern. If you need your blocks nearby, have them nearby so that you can find your hands. Otherwise, hands on the floor. I want you to rock back on your seat, lift your legs, and just change the cross of your ankles. And then come right back up to your seat. And we do it again, rock back, change the cross. My knees are purple from my yoga mat. All right, and then just like the other one, if you can take your arms out or your arms off the earth, you'll get a little bit more core activation. So if you want a little bit more stability, a little more core work, then lift your arms up. So it's almost like you're coming into a Navasana boat pose and then a simple cross. So this is a lot of brain work. You're crisscrossing, you're cross-referencing your body, going side to side. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's okay. I want you to come back to your breath. Let it be simple. Think about it like playing. How many of you don't let yourselves do that anymore? I'm guilty of it. So can you let yourself play here? All right, and we're gonna land in the cross. Doesn't matter which one. Land in your cross. We'll just take some circles. Starting to wind it down. So we're kind of grounding into the pelvic floor here. And then also bringing some, just say motion. Motion to your spine, your upper body. Go the other way. And then rock back on your hips. Change the cross of your legs. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. So I want you to walk out as far as you can with a flat back. Press your hips back and down towards the ground as you extend your heart forward. So it's almost like you're like fully decompressing your spine, pressing your tailbone one way, extending your cervical spine, your upper body the opposite way. So creating decompression, you're lengthening out, and then we just fold over and start to release and relax. Now, if you can't reach the ground like me, that's fine. Bring some props in. Instead of allowing yourself to get stuck or caught up in what you can't do, right? Meet yourself where you are. This class is about recognizing you can do what you can with what you have. You have a body. You have abilities. So use your own intuition, right? Your connection, your yoga to recognize those truths. Go back to your breath right here. And start to walk yourself up. This is a 40-minute class, but I'm going to go over a little bit. I want to give you Shavasana. I want to. So we're going to go ahead and make your way down to your back. Give your knees a hug. I want you to finish out with a happy baby pose. So walk yourself down to the earth. Bring the bottoms of your feet, the soles of your feet to face the sky. Spread your knees. And then just grab what you can reach. So if you can reach your bum, your thighs, your knees, right, whatever you can reach, I want you to grab and hold on to. And then find a little motion here. Rock yourself. So if you can imagine, right, in infancy, in the womb, we're constantly being rocked. We're being held. And then the minute we come out, that kind of shifts. But at our core, at our center, we all still have this primal need to just be rocked and soothed. And so I want you to allow yourself to do that here. Allow yourself to rock yourself. Let this be soothing. Lengthen down through your tailbone. Massage your spine. And give yourself a hug, knees to chest. Squeeze in. And then start to lengthen yourself out nice and long. So set up for Shavasana, deep rest. On traditional Shavasana, we take legs long, arms long, and arms go alongside the body. And I say it like that because there's a value in recognizing tradition. And I also want you to recognizing that tradition doesn't always work for us at all the time. And so if laying flat on your back, arms wide, doesn't work for your body, then I invite you to explore what will work right now. Maybe you bend your knees, roll to your side. If you have any kind of tightness or compression in your low spine, you can support your body by placing blocks underneath your knees. And keeping that bend in your knees, remember unclogging the pipes. And Whatever position you find yourself, wherever you choose to go, I want you just to allow yourself to be there. Close your eyes. Now is the time to close your eyes. Let go of your yogic breathing. So your deep, almost like our control of breath. Let go of that control. And allow yourself, just return. Return to the earth. Return to you, return to yourself. Take a deep inhale. Open your mouth, let it free. And as slow as you can, start to invite movement back into your body. Stretch your arms up overhead, take a full body stretch. And make your way to your right side, bend your knees, roll over. And then use your strong arms to press your way all the way up to a comfortable seat. I encourage you to keep your eyes closed here, so that you keep your attention just focused inwardly for a few more moments. So in a world that is constantly pulling for your attention, right? Parents, you feel me. But really it's everybody, we're all constantly being pulled. So for these few moments, can you keep your eyes closed? Can you keep your attention just focused on you? Right? Attention is like the breeding ground for connection. You can keep this spark going. And then we'll take one more moment to give thanks, right, to the divine, to the world around us, to our human brothers and sisters, to all beings, right? We give thanks. I give thanks to each and every one of you who showed up today, said yes to rolling out your mat, to moving your body, and to just spending a little time with me. I always feel so grateful that I get to spend time in this way with people I love, so thank you. A beautiful day, guys. Namaste. So for those who don't know, namaste is a Sanskrit word that means the divine light in me sees, bows, and acknowledges the divine light that resides in you. And you all have divine light within you. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for practicing with me. If you have any questions, I know on Instagram, you can type them out and send them to me below. And then on Zoom, you can potentially just unmute yourself. If you have any questions pertaining to the upcoming yoga teacher training program. I'm gonna grab my notes because I didn't bring them up with me. And then we'll just get started. I don't wanna take up too much time, but I wanna tell you just really quickly about So I'm offering an upcoming yoga teacher training program. It's kicking off right here, right where I am, on May 28th. And whether or not you enroll in my program, I want to invite you to embark on teacher training. So whether or not you train with me or someone else in the world, I just want to invite you into this space of consistent growth and transformation. And the reason I invite everybody into this space is because I gained so much value. So when I was in my early days of yoga teacher training, so back in like 2011, I knew as soon as I found the practice, I knew I wanted to teach. And so I've been teaching for a long time anyway. I've been teaching dance, so it was a kind of a natural thing for me. But when I embarked on teacher training, I thought I was embarking on it because I needed to learn what to teach. And so that's why I signed up, because I wanted something more to teach. What I got out of the program, though, wasn't just the what to teach, I got the how. And the how to teach is one of the biggest things you could ever get from a training program. That's what you get in my training program. That's what you get in the programs where I've trained. And so when you step into teacher training, not only will you learn how to be an effective yoga teacher, but you'll also learn how to be an effective leader. You'll be a confident and skilled serviceman in your community. And what I mean by that is you'll be able to stand in front of a room of people and deliver whatever it is you're already up to. So whether that means you're in the military, or whether you are a teacher and you're stepping into your classroom, whether you are a practitioner of medicine, or chiropractic care, this kind of training will enable you to do your job, whatever it is that you do, better, because it starts with what our class was focused on today, and that's connection. And the connection that you'll learn in this program, it starts here with yourself. So logistics of the program, my program's 8 weekends long. Typically 200-hour programs are something like that. We have rates 200 hours, you have to fit them in. My program's 8 weekends long. We meet on Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. If you want to learn more about the specific schedule, please visit my website, empoweredstillness.com. So empowered, the letter M, and empowered, stillness.com/events, and you can read all about the upcoming program. The investment for the program is $2,500. That's it. And I'm going to do my best in the coming years to keep it at that price, around it, because this training is so valuable and I want to keep it accessible. So one of the things I also want to tell you guys while we're here is I'm going to keep my program in person for lifetime. So this program will never go online. It's going to be in person always, whether that means you come train with me at my facility, or you hire me out to come train your teachers at your facility, but it will always be in person. So I encourage you to do whatever you can, hold out and come train with me. And if you can't train with me, keep showing up to things like this, and then find someone who you can train with. The program itself, you will learn the history of yoga. You'll learn all the epic books in yoga. You will learn anatomy, you'll learn physiology. We're going to discuss and break down every single pose in the yoga practice. And then my favorite thing to teach is hands-on assisting. How to learn how to put your hands on someone else, and then how to learn how to accept someone else putting their hands on you. For me in my practice, my whole practice, my world opened up when someone put their hands on me. So yes, James, you have a question? Or are you hanging out?
Oh, no. I was just raising I'm sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you have a question?
Yeah.
Your hand.
No,
So the best part of yoga is one of the things it's given me access to, right? When I remember I'm connected, when I remember yoga, I remember I'm never alone. So whether or not you come train with me and become a yoga teacher, or you just take my classes, or you just follow me on Instagram, or connect with me on Facebook or Zoom, remember you are never alone. We all have each other. And when you work with me, I want to tell you, like, I'm with you 100%. I back you. I want you to grow and be better than I ever could be. And so as I say that, before I leave, I want to tell you what some of my past trainees my graduates are up to these days. So most of my graduates are still regularly teaching and employed at yoga studios. And the students who were teaching pre-COVID, pre-pandemic, they were able to continue teaching throughout the pandemic because of where they were with their studios and their teaching. I have teachers who are affiliated now and teachers on Insight Timer. Shout out Ashton Craddock. She's a wonderful meditation instructor and yoga teacher and life coach, a holistic coach. Jenna, I never know how to say your name, Gairan. Jenna is creating an online community. She's just fabulous. She's grown leaps and bounds. Ashley McDowell is up to huge things in her world, in the recovery world. And she is constantly giving and sharing herself in her practice. I want to shout out with Tatiana. Tatiana is a woman who I met, who I loved and remembered from the very first time I met her. And she's currently teaching at 2 or 3 even different spots and then building her own community with military moms. So if you are unsure whether this program is for you, come talk to me about it. I'd love to give you more information and help you out. We are also a MyCAA partner school. So last little bit, for military spouses, if your partner is active duty military and you are at a certain rank, then you may qualify for a full scholarship. So MyCAA, you can find more information on my website or theirs as well. And look into that, see if you're eligible for MyCAA. If you are, you could have your whole program paid for free. Yay! Yay, benefits. So that's it. I want you to join us because you'll be so glad you did. I'm so glad you joined us this morning. Thank you for your time. Air hugs all around. Imagine all the air hugs. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye, friends.
Yeah.
I realized there's some chat. You're welcome, Brandy. Have a great day. I didn't realize Brandy was here too. Bye, James. It was so good to see you. Hugs.
Good to see you too. Peace.
Keep sharing your Italy life. I love hearing all your experience, even if sometimes it sucks, like your laundry the other day.
Oh my God, I had to wring all of that out by hand, bro. My forearms were so sore.
I should tell Caesar, new grip strength. Everyone just bring a wet gi.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, lots of love. Have a good day. Bye.
Love you. Peace.